it's MicheleMarieDalene, and yes, I got a guest today.
Hello.
This is Daniel, and Daniel's a local young man here in Winstead. We were talking about, before we started, about video games.
Most likely a gaming kind of content is what she's trying to say.
That's what he likes to do. He's into gaming.
Yes.
And you said that you might want to help me with my videos?
Yeah. You want to know how I would help in general?
Well, we can always use additional hands.
The reason how I would help is, like, editing and such. If you have to edit your videos and not live stream sometimes, it's better to live stream. It's better to live stream these videos like this, but when it comes to gaming videos, it's much better to record them and then post them shortly after you're done editing.
Right. And in this case, like with the live streams, which we only do on Saturdays, that's the only day we do things live, and that's usually very stressful.
Yeah.
Because
I could tell last time I was here.
Either you got people who are trying to get them on the show and they start playing music, or they're interrupting you, or they're trying to hog the microphone for themselves. I've noticed that. And it's difficult because with the live shows, we don't really get a chance to really talk specifically about a particular topic. Now, you and I also were talking in the beginning originally about what's going on with YouTube. And you are most familiar with the verification badge thing.
Well, I don't have a verified YouTube channel yet due to the fact that I don't have many subscribers. The fact is, to be honest, I don't have any content on my computer at all, on my channel at all, due to the fact that, 1, I don't have a recording software, 2, I don't have a mic, and 3, I just don't have a really good computer for this kind of stuff.
Right. And of course the other thing is that my channel isn't growing at all, really. The main channel is at 494 subs. And we're going to upload this to the main channel. No, we should upload it to Look Into My World, because this is Welcome to Your World. Yeah, okay.
Speaking on YouTube's topics, the YouTube topic part of this,
I noticed that, like, YouTube is, like,
fucking up pretty much.
It's turning into, like, soap operas and reality TV. Mostly, like, soap opera drama channels. I noticed that. Like, there's a couple people I know of that are into that, and they have their channels that they cover their personal life.
Yeah.
And some in excruciating detail. And they'll live stream for, like, 3 or 4 hours and talk about things like their families and their health.
I know.
And
I've seen a lot of channels
honestly,
like this.
I don't see how anybody can really seriously sit through 4 hours of listening to somebody talking about the zit that won't go away.
Honestly, if someone started talking about that, either I'll just leave the video and go to something else, or just unsubscribe, to be honest. Because I don't want to hear anything like that.
Right. And it's just kind of awkward. I mean, it's like... And then, of course, my channel originally, when I had Section 8, we were doing some unboxings and computer part reviews, and I want to get back into doing that again, because I enjoyed showing people things. Like, this camera has been featured, we're using right now, has been featured in so many videos. First of all, it's not an NTSC camera. It's a European standard PAL. And you can look at the picture over there on the computer and you can see what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's not bad for composite. It's not any of the fancy HDMI or SDI outputs. It's just standard composite PAL signal. And then going into a video capture device on top of the computer. And it's the way I've been doing it with this camera. Whereas the one that's mounted to the wall is a standard definition PAL, a NTSC camera, but it's an older camera. It doesn't have as high of a resolution. But with the standard DSL that Frontier gives. It's about as good as it's gonna get. So because everybody wants widescreen, so I have to shoot at 360p, which I could do 640 by 480, but then of course everything would have to be shrunk, like the chat comments, and my facial expressions, and everything. So eventually I hope to be able to do 720p, but the problem is that well, there's a couple problems. The first one is my internet connection sucks. It's only 1 megabit per second up, 16 megabits per second down, and so obviously a 720p video will seriously saturate that. And then if you want to have any Skype calls, or if you want to have a Google Hangouts call, you're done. And the encoder gets really, really cranky, and then it will just drop the connection like a New York second. Like, it does not like an upset, and it's just like a very, very, very spoiled child. It will just, I don't want to play. Bam. And I was like, yeah, it is that bad. It is that bad. So, and it's like, some shows like, well, I guess we have to keep it at 640 by 360, even though I want to go higher. But then everybody's like, that's the one problem that we have. The other thing is that the encoder is like, because it seems to work best if you work with a good video card, so it can use the video card's graphics engines to encode the video. Whereas with it now, it's not using the video card's cores, because this video card, which is an NVIDIA GT120, only has 256 megabytes of RAM. I think it works a little bit better now because the it seems like the sound's a little bit better now, because I think it is actually using some of the CUDA cores to do the video, so it's offloading some of it to the processor on the video card with the graphics.
We're getting really far off topic.
Okay.
We went from talking about
well, let's talk about YouTube for a second.
We were talking about YouTube, and then all of a sudden you went after camera.
Alright, well, let's talk about YouTube for a second. Let's go back to YouTube.
Before you start, can I tell you something?
Okay.
I feel that a good idea with your unboxing videos, try doing fan mail. If you're doing fan mail, then people can send in stuff through the mail, and you can do an unboxing video.
Alright, I haven't had anybody send me much. I had one person send me a Dairy Queen gift card. I've done that. I've had friends send me things in the mail. I've done very few things, but I've unboxed them, I've demoed them. But there's just not enough of that on a regular basis to really make it a major show. So, it makes it harder. I mean, even though my address is out there, even though people know how to mail me things, the people that watch my shows do not care to send me anything.
Pretty much they're freeloaders, correct? That's how some people call them, freeloaders. They're people that don't care about stuff, they just only care about seeing the content. And when the content comes out, they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna abandon it. They're like those kind of people.
When we're done watching this, I'll show you some of the live shows in the past. I'm going to show you a live show from a few months ago, because I want to show you just how raunchy it can get, and you will probably find yourself, seriously wondering how my channel never got totally thrown off of YouTube. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Did you know another thing on YouTube recently is the whole copyright system. How people have been falsing copyright
tell me about it. I ran afoul of that because I played some music on my channel and they blocked my live stream worldwide, globally, and I still can't live stream. Even though I erased that video. That live stream, I erased it, and I still can't live stream. And I can't...
Yeah, YouTube finally caught up their shit about that. Because recently, if you falsely copyright things a few times, your channel's gonna get banned. Completely. Erased.
Well, I didn't even get a strike. That's just it. I didn't even get a strike. And... Yeah. But then what YouTube is doing to its content... creators anyway, is a lot of them are voluntarily banning themselves and leaving. They're just basically deleting their accounts and say, I'm done. Because YouTube has made it so unwelcome as a platform. It's not just a copyright content thing, but that certainly doesn't help. Because, like, even if I'm at the soup kitchen, and even though I'm not playing music with the radio on, and I do a vlog, my microphone is super sensitive, and it picks up the radio. All of a sudden, I get I noticed that the creator of the music, the content producer, is willing to share monetization if your channel gets monetized. And I was like, huh, that's really interesting, considering this channel only has 41 people. Good luck. I hate to say it to the poor content creator, but seriously, good luck. It's going to take a long time. Given the fact is that people are not even, subbing to my channel. Because see, part of the problem is YouTube knows that my channel is mostly a news and current events channel. And because it's a current event channel, because it covers current event, YouTube is like, well, oh wait a minute, she's got a right slant. She's a conservative Republican Donald Trump supporter. Take her out of recommended videos, please. And then, of course, I don't get anybody to see my videos. And then I'm like, of course, I know what they're doing. It's like, you son of a bitch, How are you supposed to create content when you're actually aborted from the get-go? And even my main channel, because of what that one publisher did, which was a multi-channel network originally, MCN, that did this for the channel that was part of the MCN. But when I contacted the channel itself, they told me, we didn't have anything to do with that. Federator Allied Media did that. I said, are you part of the network? And he says, yeah, we're part of that network. I said, do you realize that they're claiming that your content is theirs? And immediately they went, no. It's not even saying property of Brightside. It's saying property of Federator Allied Media. So now their legal team is now wrangling with Federator Allied Media over that. Because Brightside would be willing to drop the matter, but Federator Allied Media refuses. And since now Federator Allied Media now owns their content, guess who wins?
Them.
They do.
Hey, caramba.
It's stupid.
Yeah. And I honestly hope they get their just
I did
desserts.
a whole video on that. I'll show it to you afterwards. Very, very sneaky, rotten little
companies
thing. Now we're not even talking about the manual copyright things. If you want to get into that, that's even worse. But let's talk about what Susan Wojcicki's did since 2016. Originally, people had the YouTube partner program for 3 years: 2013, 14, 15, and then to the 16. Actually, in 17, it actually was canceled in March because, unfortunately, I didn't have 1,000 subs. I didn't have 4,000 viewer hours. So what did I do? I went ahead. I started live streaming 4 or 5 shows a week, specifically to get the viewers up and try to increase the subs. Well, unfortunately, the people on my channel, a lot of them were trolls. They didn't like this. Oh no. They would sub, unsub, sub, unsub, sub, unsub, sub, unsub. And they were so toxic to any potential new user that comes in there. They feel like those new users felt they were stepping in a minefield. And I don't blame them, because that's exactly what it is.
A minefield full of trolls.
Exactly.
When I want to make a YouTube channel or a gaming channel in general.
Yeah.
If someone starts unsubscribing and such, either I'll ignore it, or I'll report their channel due to spam. That's how you deal with these kind of trolls.
Yeah, if you know who they are, but you see, that's just it. Because, I mean, if you don't know who they are because they're not listing you as their subscriptions, you can't find out who they are, but they can, and they don't have you listed. So, but obviously, if they're in my chat and they're making an attitude, yeah.
If they're making it very known that they're the one unsubscribing and subscribing and unsubscribing, you can pin them down right away.
The other ones I have a personal distaste for is the dislike trolls.
Yeah,
Mostly
I know.
the dislikers. Because of two reasons. And YouTube potentially did create this problem. Here's why. YouTube's rating system used to be much more comprehensive. In other words, it would be like eBay feedback. eBay feedback used to be simple. Like, dislike, and neutral. Now let's become a little more sophisticated, where you can specifically say, what about each of those categories do you like?
And then they fucked themselves up. Just removed the neither option and just did this instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... YouTube, you really gotta clean up your bullshit, because you're not helping yourself.
So
You're making things worse.
So in short, even if you do a great video, and someone just personally doesn't like you, dislike, and even though theoretically they say the dislikes don't mean crap, it means something to my spirit, my psyche. And it's like a slap in the face with a fish.
That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Being slapped in the face with a fish, that means you can throw the fish back.
Right. Well, so here's the funny thing. I started kind of simulcasting my shows onto Facebook. And the Facebook shows have a lot of views. They don't have a lot of dislikes. They have lots of likes. They actually have lots of likes. Mostly like 3 or 4 people, but they like the show, and they would say like. And so for them, it's been a great thing. I tried streaming on Twitch. That's a hard room because, frankly, look what I'm competing against. I'm competing against gamers, and my show is not a gaming show.
Let me rephrase that for you. You're competing against Fortnite streamers. Fortnite gamers, they have their own league of their own at this point. The way YouTube treats it.
Speaking of Fortnite,
oh god,
I heard something about the season of Fortnite didn't start up right away. It was delayed.
Yeah, they kind of had the first season of Fortnite go out with a literal black hole. They sucked in the entire world, battle bus, players and all, and left the screen for all games, a black screen with a black hole in the middle, right, for 3 days straight until they finally started up the next season.
Right.
I understand that was just for a whole... When the season finally came, that's when they fixed it, but, if you want people to keep playing the games, don't just delete the entire map. Save it as a little backup, just in case something doesn't work.
Right.
Although I like some of their new features, like their fishing mechanic, where they can throw in a fishing rod and you can fish up items and such, like weapons and such.
Right.
Yeah, but...
Well, like I said, I don't know anything about
Fortnite?
The game, Fortnite, or really Minecraft. I know something more about Minecraft a little bit.
It's a sandbox game, so you can pretty much do whatever you want.
And from what I understand about Minecraft, it's kind of like a creating game. You create things.
That's what a sandbox game is. It's a creation game. You can pretty much create your own world.
Right.
You can either go in survival, which is named states, or you can go in creative, and that's where you get to build maps and such. Some people actually live stream while playing Minecraft while they're talking, so that way the people get to watch what you're doing while you're talking in a face cam.
Right. Well, the thing is that don't worry about the screensaver. That's fine. It just turns the screen off after so long.
Yeah.
Is that, like, when I noticed that Fortnite, they like to have a lot. It's more like a shoot 'em up game.
It's a to be more exact, it's like Call of Duty in a way. It's a
right, yeah,
pay to win shooter game.
Is there any game? I mean, besides World of Warcraft, I know World of Warcraft is kind of like this. I mean, it's a little more. It's a role playing game.
There's a lot of role playing games actually. Some that are lesser known due to
right,
certain providers not.
And then there's
something
called I think it's also part of my Blizzard called Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls like Skyrim and such.
Yeah, Skyrim.
Yeah, they're not truly called Elder Scrolls. The company's called Bethesda. They made the games Skyrim and Elder Scrolls in general, and another subs game called Fallout, which it's kind of like Skyrim but in a more future-ish Fallout kind of thing.
Right.
Nuclear bombs and such.
Well, for me, when I look for a game, I think this is harder for some women who want to get into gaming, is because so many games, of course, are oriented towards the masculine male audience more than the female audience. I mean, there are some female players in these games, absolutely. But for me, I'm looking for a game that's less violent, if that makes any sense. I still want a role-playing game. I just don't want one where you're shooting everything that moves.
Well, there are some role-playing games where you still have to fight. That's how the turn-based system works. However, like games like Pokemon, for example,
right?
You catch animals, you do that kind of stuff. But when you actually fight, you're not using yourself to fight, but you're using the animals to fight. For example, Charmander versus Bulbasaur. Fire versus grass, that kind of stuff.
Right, and Pokemon Go is based on another game, which I do have installed on my phone. Or I did have installed on my phone.
Pokemon Go. It's the black sheep of the series, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was growing up...
But some people have actually benefited from the game, though. I mean, it's like...
Well, the whole slogan of Pokemon Go is to go outside.
Go outside. What's wrong with that?
Rumba.
I mean...
Because Pokemon was a handheld game, so you can go outside either way.
Right.
Most people just stay inside, though, due to the sun affecting their screens.
So basically what they're doing is they're merging a virtual world on top of the real world. It is, unfortunately, it's not perfect. It's
not perfect.
If you see your desired Pokemon character, and he happens to be, it looks like in the game like he's on a field, but actually he's off a cliff. You're gonna start feeling like Coyote before he looks down. Oops!
To be honest, there has been some funny moments with Pokemon Go. Like the most infamous being Diglett in a tree. If you don't know, Diglett's a mole Pokemon with most of his body underground. But its sprite is just that. But when it's in a tree, it doesn't look right, to be honest.
Right.
Like on a tree branch, there's dirt. There's nothing else after that. It's just a tree branch.
And there have actually been, of course, in the game, that the people who have contacted the company that makes Pokemon Go was like,
Nistanica.
There were places that they said, please do not add us in the map. One of them was like the police department, like one city. Like all of a sudden, the police department was one of the places in the game, and the police officers were like, please remove our place.
I remember that one
police
time.
Department from
there
the
was
game.
There was this one point where some people were going into prisons because for some reason there was a whole abundance of Magikarp, which are very rare in the game. So, most common Pokemon in the main series, Pokemon Go, extremely rare.
Yeah.
And there's just people raiding the prisons for these Magikarps. And people are like, what the hell are they doing? And immediately they look at their phone and see a bunch of Magikarps just flopping around.
Right, exactly.
They don't even realize where they are until they look up. They're like, where am I?
Actually, this isn't related to Pokemon Go. This is a true story. There was this one woman who she's texting on the phone, right?
Yeah.
And she walks into a water fountain in the mall. She's typing on her phone a text message when she's walking, and she walks into the water fountain of the mall.
How is this related to Pokemon Go?
She was so distracted by her phone that she didn't even know where the fuck she was going.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you ever seen a Eevee inside a fountain before?
What?
Like an Eevee. It's a type of Pokemon that's in Pokemon Go. Yeah, some guy walked into the ocean, kept his phone up while looking for an Eevee that's smack dab in the middle of Highland Lake. I'm not kidding on this. They literally went into the middle of Highland Lake just to get an Eevee. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
Well, that's the only problem with the game is it doesn't actually keep count of the real actual landmarks of where you are,
And when he finally took the picture of it, it's just an Eevee just sitting on water. He named it Moses.
When he
caught it, he caught it and called it Moses due to the fact that it was standing on water in the picture. It was literally standing on the water. Then again, it's just a sprite. But still, that's hilarious.
It's just supposed to point out. But where some of these games, when you're overlaying a virtual world on a real world.
Sometimes it just does not work.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Like the Diglett and the Eevee.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the thing is that, in my case, like I said, I want to try some gaming on my Mac. So I gotta get a video card. But I'm still trying to decide if I want to go with AMD ATI or NVIDIA. AMD ATI is one company now, so we'll just say ATI because that's what they're known as. And NVIDIA. Now,
oh God, NVIDIA. Whatever you do not try live streaming.
That card in there, even though it's an old card and it's really, really very bare bones basic, it's an NVIDIA card. And it's nice because it doesn't need extra power connectors. It's PCI bus powered, so I just plug it in the car. No additional power connectors. Works fine. So I was looking to get a card similar to that, but a newer one. So like an NVIDIA GTX 750 Ti. And I've read reviews on them. They seem to be pretty well liked.
And then then it comes in broken, right?
Huh?
There's sometimes when people take pictures of it, then send them in broken just to troll people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That honestly makes people pissed off at sometimes. But every time I've got something from places like eBay and stuff, they've always been in perfect condition. So thank God I'm not one of those people who got something that was broken.
Right, and you're not a person that's you would be pretty pissed off if you ordered something on eBay and it turns out, nothing like you wanted.
Yeah. Like, there's some people who ordered like a,
oh yeah, there are people do that.
Ordered a T-Rex. Gets Carnosaurus.
Same thing. I don't even know where I got this. Honestly, this little Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's a Contosaurus. It has 3 fingers, not 2.
Oh.
See? T-Rexes have 2 little tiny fingers. These have 3.
And it has 3 in the back.
And it also doesn't have this frill on the top of its head.
Oh, okay.
See the red? That's a frill. That's a Contosaurus, like I said. It's a frilled T-Rex, but it has 3 fingers, and it's much...
Well,
it's actually a hunter.
The teeth indicate, the triangular teeth indicate that this would be a meat eater.
Yeah, of course. Because it has literal fangs.
Right. Clearly, I wouldn't want to have somebody sink that teeth, my teeth, in me.
Rawr.
No. It's kind of interesting to think about it. But anyway, the point is that. So, the Princess rebate I'm waiting for is coming in a couple of weeks, and I really need to get, besides computer things, I was going to buy a MacBook. I was going to get an older MacBook. I really wanted to get the 2010 white MacBook. Even though it's not the most modern, it's only got a Intel Core 2 Duo processor. It's a 2010. I thought for everyday use it'd be fine, which it would be. But I've seen the prices of these things
They get
varying
really expensive.
from to you're insane to that's really, really not that bad. I've seen one for like 105, 120, 130. That's reasonable ones. And then you go into the manufactured refurbished and they're like 200, 300, 400. 400 is as high as I've seen, but that's like one that's loaded with an SSD. That's one with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Then you're talking about really, really top of the line. Probably installing something like Mojave on it. You were saying, how can you install Mojave on a 2010 Intel Core 2 Duo MacBook? Well, there are ways. I wouldn't put that much on it anyway, because I really wasn't looking for anything really fancy. It's a 2.4 gigahertz processor. But, and then I'm like, well, given what's going on with YouTube, it's like, do I really, really want to get this? Because
YouTube is not being
YouTube
very fair.
is pretty much gone because of policies of Susan Wojcicki and others. They are, and when the 50 states attorneys general gets done with them, and the Federal Trade Commission in the United States, and then the European court system and the PragerU court case, it's going to look like Leroy Brown with a couple pieces gone. It's going to be seriously, probably be divested under antitrust regulations. And like I covered in my video, which I will show you, is that YouTube is too big, it's too broad, it's covering too many countries, and some countries have some very tight restrictions on what they can share, and this is creating a real major nightmare for YouTube, because if you had a YouTube America and a YouTube Europe, that would be better. You split it down the middle, and you know there's gonna be some overlap. You know that.
Knowing YouTube, they're probably not going to do it and just cause themselves to just ruin everything.
But in the case of YouTube, a lot of the stuff that they're doing is self-inflicted. They're just like
believe me, what they did to the verified thing, they kind of deserved it because they got so much backlash. It's not even
here's the question
funny.
with the verified thing. Why even change it?
That's what everyone was.
Why?
Backlashing about that and the verified people losing their marks. That was what got YouTube back on their shit. They decided to not do that until next year, but still.
Next year it shouldn't even be even on their menu at all. That's a stupid system. And what's the point? You take away the verified thing, say, oh well, it's not that important. Excuse me? Excuse me? Hello? Yes, it's important, especially for big channels, but even the little channels. Do you know how many fake MicheleMarieDalene pages there are on YouTube?
Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 of them. And you know what? They're not mine. So how do you know where the real MicheleMarieDalene is?
Obviously, YouTube doesn't. Well,
unless you know my exact page's URL, you're not going to know. Okay. Same thing with my Welcome to the World channel, because that doesn't have a custom URL. It's got the generic random numbers and letters that they use. And you sit there and going, wait a minute. You know, like, what is the verification supposed to do? Verification is supposed to be a way to verify that your channel is the real channel.
This is why they got so much backlash immediately after they got this. They got literal threats from not only YouTubers in general, but from other sites that have the tick mark, the verified mark.
Right.
Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all those accounts.
Yeah.
Everything. They got pummeled by Twitter due to their unverifying Twitter. Literally.
They did something similar on Twitter. I heard about that. And also Twitter has done a few stupid boners too. You know?
At least Twitter knows to keep their act together and not take away verified
enough
ticks.
At this point not to potentially screw the main revenue source. Which for them is streamers. Okay? they tried to become like a YouTube. They tried to set up where you could actually upload videos and you could share videos and stuff as YouTube. But because they were set up for streaming from day one, that's what they're good at.
There's a bug inside your
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
there's a bug in your curtain.
What's that?
There's a bug in your curtain. See the thing moving? Right there. See it moving?
Yeah.
Looks weird.
So these, by the way, this is my 16mm movie reels up there on the wall. Yes, I have a real projector that goes with them too, and I have a real.
I'm gonna have to take off soon.
Okay. So anyway, would you like to be on the show Saturday?
Sure, but I'm probably not gonna be using the phone again because my mom doesn't want me to use the phone. So I'm probably just gonna stop by before you start recording.
Well, the show starts at 1 o'clock.
Then I'm gonna show up after the soup kitchen.
And there's no soup kitchen this weekend, so.
Oh right, you do it on Saturday. I thought you meant Friday. Sorry.
Right. And what day is today anyway? I think it's
Thursday.
Thursday, right?
Tomorrow's Friday.
So yeah, why don't you come on if you can make it for Saturday? I think this is the kind of thing that most of my audience would love to have.
Just another voice and such.
It was nice talking to you anyway, and I'll show you some of the video I mentioned to you too before we go. Do you want to say anything before you end this stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't trust Fortnite.
Oh,
it's
good.
bad for you.
Yeah, and also, don't forget, we will be live Saturday. I promise you that. Will Daniel be with us?
Most likely, or
possibly. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Right.